Why can't you offend Scorpio? Scorpio is one of the most powerful and mysterious zodiac signs. People born under this sign are known for their passion, willpower, and ability to feel deeply. They can be devoted friends, passionate lovers, and incredibly loyal partners. However, despite their resilience and outward confidence, Scorpios have a complex inner nature, full of emotions that are not always visible to others. It is precisely because of this secrecy and emotional depth that they are one of the most vulnerable zodiac signs. If you decide to offend a Scorpio, the consequences can be not only unexpected, but also far-reaching. Why can't you offend Scorpios? Let's get this straight. Scorpios are masters of hidden emotions. One of the most striking features of Scorpios is their ability to hide their emotions. These people are not inclined to show their vulnerability or feelings in public. Outwardly, they may seem strong and impregnable, but behind this mask lies a real volcano of feelings. Scorpios immerse themselves in their experiences deeply, sometimes without showing anyone how they really feel. That's why if you offend a Scorpio, his reaction may not be what you expect. He will not immediately express his resentment or anger to you. Instead, he will be silent and detached, analyzing your every word and action. This hidden emotion processing process makes it more dangerous. After all, the deeper a Scorpio sinks into his thoughts, the more difficult it will be for him to find a way out of this emotional trap. He will think about what happened for a long time, worry, and try to figure out what exactly went wrong. The vengeance of Scorpios. Scorpios are people who can easily forgive, but do not forget their grievances. If you hurt them, they will remember it for a very long time, even if they seem calm at first glance. Scorpio has a unique ability to absorb resentments and hide them in the depths of his soul, but at the same time, he will analyze them waiting for the moment when he needs to return the blow. Vindictiveness for Scorpios is not just a desire to avenge something. This is their way of restoring their own honor and justice. It is important for them that the balance in the relationship is restored. If you decide to offend a Scorpio, prepare for the fact that he may respond to you in a way that will be painful. To you, Scorpios do not like open quarrels and always prefer to act secretly. If they decide to take revenge, it will be done with cold and precise calculation, which makes their revenge especially painful and unexpected. Inability to predict the reaction. Scorpios are people who defy simple analysis. Their emotions and actions often defy logic and predictability. One moment they may seem calm and balanced, and the next they may throw out all the accumulated pain and anger. This makes them especially dangerous. At the moment of resentment, they may remain silent for a long time, only to abruptly change their attitude towards the person who offended them, and it will feel like a blow that comes out of nowhere. It is important for Scorpios to be in control, and when they are offended, it disrupts their inner harmony. They may decide that in order to restore their world, they need to put in place the one who offended them. And if you don't understand exactly how to do this, Scorpio may just pull away from you to prevent you from destroying his world. His response may not be instantaneous, but it will have long-term consequences. Scorpios and betrayal. Scorpios are extremely sensitive to betrayal. They sincerely believe that loyalty and honesty are the foundation of any relationship. If you break their trust, they won't be able to forgive you. Betrayal for a Scorpio is not just an act of infidelity, it is an act of destroying his inner world. The feeling of betrayal for them is equivalent to a big emotional blow, and perhaps the only way for them to deal with it is simply to stop communicating with the one who offended them. For Scorpios, it is important that their feelings and loyalty are mutual. If they start to feel that you don't appreciate them or that they are being betrayed, they will not only be offended, but also very disappointed. And this disappointment can lead to the Scorpio simply disappearing from your life without giving you a second chance. He won't fight for a relationship if he feels like he's been betrayed. Emotional dependence on relationships. Scorpios are very emotional people, and despite their secretiveness, they are deeply attached to those they love. They always put their soul into a relationship, whether it's friendship, love, or business, partnership. And when they feel hurt, it becomes for them not just a personal tragedy, but a real destruction of the reality they believed in. Scorpios love passionately and are devoted to the end, but it also makes them vulnerable. If someone offends them, their soul will be wounded, and the healing of this wound will take much longer than for other signs. When a Scorpio suffers, he begins to feel that his world is losing its balance. His attitude to life and to you may change, and perhaps you will no longer be at the center of his emotional world. Instead of breaking off the relationship with you instantly, a Scorpio may start to move away, but there will be pain in his heart that will be difficult to heal. Protecting your personal territory. Scorpios value their personal territory very much, both physically and emotionally. They often create barriers around themselves to protect themselves from people who might offend or use them. When someone tries to break through these barriers, they perceive it as a threat to their personal space. This makes Scorpios especially sensitive to any encroachments on their personal freedom and independence. If you offend a Scorpio, he may first try to regain his space, but if your actions continue to violate his boundaries, he will distance himself from you. His response can be harsh and painful. He will do everything to preserve his territory and prevent further interference in his personal world. In this sense, Scorpios are people who can be incredibly resilient and not forgive someone who tries to suppress them. Scorpios and their intuition. Scorpios have outstanding intuition, which allows them to detect the hidden motives and intentions of other people. It's not just the ability to see things that others don't notice. Their intuition allows them to accurately sense when someone is trying to manipulate them, or when something is happening that could hurt them. They often feel the resentment or intentions of others, even if it doesn't show on the surface. When you offend a Scorpio, you not only upset his emotional balance, but also trigger the mechanism of his intuition, which can lead to the Scorpio starting to see you in a different light. He may not immediately respond to your offense, but his intuition will tell him that you cannot be trusted. And when a Scorpio realizes that he has been offended, his intuition will keep him in a state of alertness, which will make it impossible to restore trust. How not to offend Scorpios. In order not to offend Scorpios, you need to follow a few simple rules. Be honest with them. Scorpios value sincerity and frankness. Lying or manipulating their feelings can lead to severe resentment. Don't betray their trust. Scorpios are very loyal, and they expect the same in return. If you betray them, they won't forgive you. Don't violate their personal space. Scorpios value their freedom and independence, and if you start violating it, they will distance themselves from you. Be sincere in your feelings. Don't play with their emotions or try to manipulate them. Scorpios are very sensitive to lies. Do not challenge them to open conflict. If you feel that the Scorpio is offended, do not try to insist on clarifying the relationship right away. Give him time and space. Scorpios are complex and multifaceted individuals who can be incredibly loyal and passionate partners, as well as dangerous enemies. They do not forgive offenses and do not forget the one who betrayed them. If you want, To maintain a good relationship with this sign, it's important to respect their inner world, appreciate their feelings, and be honest in the relationship. By offending a Scorpio, you not only destroy his emotional balance, but you may also encounter his hidden but intense vindictiveness. Therefore, be careful not to lose this person, who may turn out to be much more sensitive than it seems at first glance.